last day dry camping till we get into a campground for a few days.
Thank goodness, because it's been very, very hot. And that's why we're filming inside today, because thank goodness we have solar and we were able to run our air conditioners going down the road, and it's still cool in our camper. So it's cooler here inside than it is outside, which is called
Rowleys Red Barn. It's a harvest host. I was just thinking, it's not only hot outside, but it's very dusty where we're parked. But it's a cool little harvest host. I think it's pronounced Rowleys Red Barn. It's in Santaquin, Utah, which I just like the way Santaquin sounds. So
we had
laugh at me now.
We had to hurry up and get here. We had a 9 o'clock departure time this morning. We found out Ray had a tire issue.
It was going low.
It was going low. We looked it all over, couldn't find anything. Got air in the tire. Got it to where, got 3/4 of the way here, or 7/8 of the way here, and then he calls on the radio and says, "Hey guys, I might have blown a turbo." Oh boy. We are already late for our appointment at some certain place that we're going to tell you guys in a minute, and we need to rush and get it all done. So we get the air in the tire, we get down the road, we get here, Lisa runs inside to see where to park. They said just park anywhere out there, just stay off of the path. So we unhook. I run back to, or Lisa unhooks everything this time. I run back to Ray's truck, we look everything over, and I say, just cut the truck off and turn it back on, and let's see. Chevrolet, baby, that's how you fix a Chevrolet.
It sounds like such a thing, but it's like, what, 23 minutes or something on a Chevrolet. 23 minutes off resets a bunch of stuff. It's wild. So who knows? So apparently it works for Ford's too, because his truck seems to be working now.
He turned it off, turned it back on. There was no check engine lights or anything on there. And then his engine brake, exhaust brake, whatever you want to call it, came off and came back on like it's supposed to. And we all got in the truck to go somewhere special today, and his truck did fine. So the reason we had
special today was fun, especially for all you geeky, nerdy people that like to see how things are made and how all that comes together behind the scenes like I do. It was a fun field trip.
Okay, so then tell everybody where you went.
We went to Waysafe.
Waysafe, what is Waysafe?
Where they make trailer hitches predominantly, or I guess right now, travel trailer or ball hitches, like
bumper pole,
hitches.
travel.
Sorry, can't get my words. Not fifth wheel hitches, and they do weight distribution hitches, and they're called Waysafe because they have a gauge built in that when you hook your trailer to it, if it's too heavy, it lets you know, right? It lets you know what your tongue weight is.
It tells you what the tongue weight is.
Lets you know what your tongue weight is. So that helps you to tow more safely and, you know, have things not even just on RVs, but you could have like a landscaping trailer
just
or
like
something.
what we had.
If you have it loaded wrong, it can cause it to walk on you. So it's helpful to know what your tongue weight is.
So they knew we were coming out here on the crawl, and they said, hey, if you come through Utah, you guys really should come by here and get a tour and let us show you how we build it and some of the products.
So they did. They make a lot of stuff out of aluminum.
100-pound billets. You heat it up, they squish it out of shape, and it comes out. A long process. So this originally was 12 feet long. We bring it in, put it in the sun, we cut it down to about 2 7/8 thickness. These are what gets loaded into the machine.
So we got to learn how all that was pressed and made, and it was just a cool process. It was a lot of fun.
So if I still had a travel trailer or a bumper pole or a landscaping company that had those, I would definitely be buying some of those. So there's some video here where we got to go through the tour. We got to see how some of it was stretched and made and moved, and they gave us a little speech of how the stuff worked, basically.
So the aluminum, and I don't remember the technical term, but he's got some videos, so maybe he'll say it in there. They heat it up to below melting point.
1,200 degrees.
I think 1,200 is melting point, so it's just below that. But anyway,
don't quote me on that.
Yeah, it makes it so it comes out the way like if you put Play-Doh in something and you squish it down and it comes out in a tube or in a square. the same thing. They have like molds, so it comes out in one great big long piece, and then it gets cut into each of the hitches.
Now,
So,
of course, we didn't get to see everything going and working today because everybody was at lunch. So
Well, and
we
that
got to
was-
see the step-by-step, which is nice because it was somewhat quiet. But
that was a very non-technical description of how it works, but that's the basics. So I'll drop it down to my level, and for those of you that want to join me there.
We don't have it running right now. This is Rosie. This is a robot that will pick up drawbars off these trays, picks them up, takes it over to this sander over there, polishes them, sets it back down, goes and picks them up next one.
That's
So-
how it's made. So it was cool to see. You see it at the shows, you see it on the truck, you get it in a box and you get it, like you open it up and there it is. So it's just kind of cool to see the process of how it starts and then how it works through.
Lisa's more
this little
geekier
box.
than I am.
It's kind of nerdy in here, I like it.
All I care about is opening that box up and putting it on and making sure it works. That's my biggest thing. I don't care how it got from point A to point B.
And then as it's cutting, there's all these little flecks of aluminum, little pieces of scrap that are coming off, little scraps, and they collect all them in these bins, and then they compress them. I don't know if you got video of
I
this.
got video of that.
So they compress them into these little discs. They look like hockey pucks, but they're silver. And it compresses them six to 1.
6 to 1.
So they go through, I don't know, he said how many tubs of those and waste they have when they're in full production.
So the good thing is they're not wasting a lot of the material.
so they're
reusing
recycling.
it.
So
When we're at full, see all these tiny little chips? This will get filled up. This machine, it dumps it and compacts it into these little bricks right here.
Oh, wow.
And what that does is during full production, we'll fill up 24 of these shorter bins a week. Now, if they weren't compressed, it compresses at 6 to 1. So just think, if 24 times 6, that's a lot to manage. So these, nicely compacts it, makes it easier to store, easier to get recycling for it.
What's 24 times 6? Tell me later. I don't know either.
that was kind of cool too.
So we got to do that. Got to hang out with the guys over there. They have some neat things coming. Can't tell you what's coming. It's a secret.
We're working on lots of stuff.
There's a lot of things coming out. So check them out, guys. If you never heard of Waysafe, check out Waysafe. I'll put a link down below so you guys can go to them and see them. If you're interested in it, we do have a code for you for 10% off if you're looking for a distribution hitch or something like that.
Right.
FindUsCamping on their website will get you 10%. So check them out. But after we did that, Ray's truck was running fine. We drove back 30 minutes down the road and we came back here to
the barn,
the
Rowleys
barn.
Red Barn.
It's the room I'm talking about, buddy.
This is it, right?
I wonder if this is open tonight to go to sleep. Feels good in it. Look, they got grapes. They got grapes too. Zane, what are you getting? Huh? You're not getting anything?
Cookie dough and cream.
Cookie dough and what?
Cookies and cream.
Both of them? I mean, look, I took you to get ice cream before dinner.
There's not. It's ice.
What?
This is lunch.
before dinner.
Ice cream for lunch. Just this once though.
They have ice cream and produce and homemade breads and cookies and donuts and ice cream
Did she say ice cream?
and cherries, like, dried cherries to bake with, fresh cherries. They even had ice cream that had cherries in it, which usually it has blueberries or raspberries or strawberry, but they had cherries. So we checked that out, bought some cheese, had some ice cream,
And that's it.
and a cake mix. And maybe after we go eat dinner, if they're still open, we'll
I think they're going to be open. So it's a nice little place to park. It's somewhat level. It's right near the highway, near the interstate. So you just pull right on off and we park. I think there's going to be like 10 or 11 of us here tonight. So it's going to be a packed house.
I think the Harvest Host website said they had room for like 15 or 16.
So it's a good stop for so far. And we're getting ready to go out to dinner, and we're going to splurge a little bit tonight. And we're going to have some steak and more steak tonight.
Somebody just loves steak, and we haven't had.
There are some more people in our
steak.
group that like
There
steak.
are. We haven't really had steak. We've been just going to different mom and pop restaurants and stuff.
So maybe we'll film a little bit when we go eat. If not, we'll see you tomorrow when we leave. We'll see. So before we do that, we're going to a campground. That's right. We just said that.
Yeah, we're going to campground tomorrow.
Where is it? What state? Confusion?
Idaho.
Idaho.
Snake River.
So if you don't see us anymore tonight, we will see you in Idaho.